Hello. Hello. La la la. Welcome to the sounds of nature. Uh, oh, no. Okay. Serious time. Serious. Focus. My name is Alecia Lott, and I am bringing you this journaling session today entitled Organizing Your Thoughts When Everything is a Good Idea. Yeah, so I wanted to bring you this session live to my email subscribers. So yes, I have an email newsletter that I send out once a week. I don't know what days, just whenever. So if you are not a subscriber yet to my newsletter, that's okay. You can still get in on these free live sessions that I offer once every 2 weeks. You can subscribe to my newsletter at Alecia Lott, all one word, .podia.com, and I will leave that link in the chat as well. But yeah, I wanted to do this session because um, I have the ADHD, and sometimes I have so many ideas. Like everything is just a potential idea to me, and sometimes I have no energy or time or money to actually execute these ideas, but I try anyway. Or sometimes I just get overwhelmed and I just end up doing nothing. So, if you're feeling the same way, I just wanted to bring us a little bit of midweek clarity, a little bit of time and space to be able to just kind of reorganize our thoughts and get ourselves together a little bit. So, you're in the right place if you're feeling the same way. I wanted to just clarify that this is not a how to organize your thoughts and make everything just perfectly squared away in your brain because I don't know how to do that. I've been working on that for years, but I do know that journaling helps me feel a little bit more organized mentally. So it's not a cure all, but it does help. So I wanted to give us this time and give us some prompts that we can journal with and just see how we do, see which ideas we can put on the back burner, which ones we can just completely forget about because they're crazy, and which one, although crazy ideas are good too. And which ones we might want to actually execute and do one day. So we don't know what it is until we start to prioritize in our brains. So, yes, all right. I'm gonna see if anyone else is gonna join me. I don't know if they are. That's okay. I can journal by myself. I don't need you guys. But if you are here, if you're in the chat, please go ahead and give me an emoji and let me know how is your flow of ideas lately. And look at me with my Canva presentation. You know how I do. All right, so let me know, how are the ideas flowing for you lately? So you can put the fire emoji if you feel like everything's on fire, everything's great. I'm getting just the perfect amount of ideas and flow and quantity of ideas. Like it's just all working just perfectly. Or you can do a little maybe ice cube if it's just kind of meh. Maybe the quality is not there. Maybe you're getting a lot of ideas, but it's just kind of not so great ideas. Or maybe you are getting zero ideas whatsoever, or just a few. I don't know. Or you can leave kind of this, I don't know what to call this emoji, but kind of the spirally eye emoji if you feel that you are possibly being bombarded, flooded with ideas every single day, and you don't know what to do with them, you don't know how to process them all. So if that's you, go ahead and leave that emoji in the chat for us today. And I'm going to put this here so you can see that. All right, so I will give us a moment to get situated. Make sure you have a beverage nearby, because if you are thirsty, then you ain't gonna it would be very difficult to journal and be able to focus on your journaling if you are hungry or thirsty, or you're itchy, maybe you need some lotion, if your lips are chapped. So all of those things you have to take into consideration. So today I'm going to give you some journaling prompts, and I'm getting my equipment ready here. I have my journal and I have my pen. I'm going to be journaling along with you. I'm going to give you some journaling prompts, and I will set a timer, and we will just write everything out together. All right. So first, what I'm going to do is I want you to spend the first 5 minutes doing a what I like to call a brain dump. And that is simply you're just going to take your pen and your paper, and you are just going to write whatever comes to your mind in that moment. Write it down. You don't have to worry about spelling. You don't have to worry about sentence structure or anything like that. This is only for you. This is your time, and this will give you a little bit more. Just sometimes just getting the ideas out is enough. Once you see it written down on the page, you might be like, I should do that. I've been thinking about that for a while, and I should do that. Or you might just think to yourself, oh, this is crap. I don't ever want to see this idea again. This idea is dead to me. So it could go either way. But what I'm going to do now is actually, so I want you to do a brain dump, but I want you within that brain dump time. I just want you to, yeah, notice the ideas that are floating around in your brain and think about which ideas are the most energizing, sparkling, just the types of ideas that make you want to get out of bed in the morning. So I want you to think about which amongst the ideas that are pouring out would qualify for that. So I'm going to go ahead and start our little timer and give us this quiet time. All right. And while you're doing that, while you're writing, I just want you to remember there's no need to write down every single thing, but I want you to write down what is screaming at you the most. What is just the loudest things in your mind right now. We only have 10 seconds. There we are. All right, so now I hope that gave you enough time to get your most pressing ideas, the ideas that keep kind of screaming at you, get all of those things down on paper. So by doing that, you are either giving them more power or you're giving them less power because yes, as I mentioned, they look a lot different when you see them written down. So I hope that that is already starting to help you prioritize. So yeah, our next prompts are going to be all right, yours. So, which I want you to think about which ideas are best to save for later, which ones are, they're good ideas. You just can't maybe do them right now. Maybe it's a trip you want to take, or maybe it's something that you want to purchase, or something that you've been meaning, a project that you've been meaning to take care of in your home. Maybe it's something, yes, for future you. And then which ideas are busy work, which aka just kind of those sneaky distractions in disguise that they seem like good ideas. Oh, my light. My light went out. Technology. All right, so I have this lovely light from Amazon that I just purchased the other day. This is not a good endorsement for it right now, but yes, I think it's low on power. Maybe, I don't know. All right, it's back on. I don't know. Anyway, busy work. What are those ideas that are kind of that are almost procrastination, really, because you are spending a lot of time on them. You are spending a lot of maybe mental energy worrying about them and not really doing what you really are supposed to be doing, that you, whatever your purpose is in life, you don't know. So, yes, and then also, what is one idea that you want to act on, but you're afraid to? And why are you afraid? So let's explore that in these next 5 minutes. I'm going to give us another 5 in our journaling time. I hope this, instead of music today, I have nature sounds. I hope you don't think it actually sounds like this in this office. But yes, I do like the sounds of the crickets and the birds and things. So I hope you are into it as well. All right, 5 more minutes. Let it out. Okay, how are we doing? We've got about a minute and a half. So I hope this is giving you that time to be able to sort through some of those ideas. And if you're joining me for the replay, feel free to leave me a comment as well and let me know what ideas are coming up for you. If it's something you wish to discard, if it's something you wish to hold on to, doesn't matter. Okay, that is our 5 minutes for that block of prompts. How are we feeling? How are you doing? Do you feel as though you've picked out maybe a couple of ideas that seemed great at first, but now they kind of sound like busy work? I do that all the time, so you are not alone, I promise you. And how many of you have maybe a Google Doc or a notebook that's just filled with ideas that you never look at again? Also me. So the ideas are there. If you ever feel as though, oh, I can't think of anything, the ideas are in your brain and you just have to be ready to catch them and act on them. Okay, so our next journaling prompts are going to be, if you had to pick one idea to focus on this month. I know, one idea. What is that? How do we do that? All right, if you had to pick one idea to focus on this month, what would it be and why? And how could you start to track or organize your ideas without drowning in them? I don't know. I'm going to show you guys something. Speaking of notebooks that just kind of sit and aren't looked at, I have this notebook, and yes, I got the notebook itself from probably Dollar General, Dollar Tree. That's my jam, and it's just a lined notebook. And for a couple of solid months, every day I would write down 10 ideas. So I did this. This was last year. And have I gone back to look at these ideas since then? Not really. And I should. But I think it was a helpful exercise just because it showed me that, yes, I do have ideas. There is, I just haven't been really mindfully trying to document them or do anything with them. So keep that in mind if you're feeling creatively stuck. Maybe try that as a daily practice. Or not. All right. I'm going to give you another 5. How are we doing on time? Actually, should I give you another 5? We're going to do maybe 3. How about that? All right. Because I do want to keep this to about a half hour, but we're going to go over it anyway. All right. So 3 minutes. If you had to pick one idea to focus on this month, what would it be and why? And what could help you track or organize your ideas without drowning in them? And also, side prompt, maybe what system will you use to revisit those ideas, which is something that I need. All right. 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and wrap these up. All right. That is another little block of journaling time. Dad, don't you feel good? You got that out of the way. So yes. Also, even though just because I'm giving you a timer and giving you that limited amount of time, that's for to keep this journaling session a certain length. So feel free if you have any additional thoughts about any of the prompts, feel free to revisit those. In fact, I think that's my next slide. If it is, I'll be so happy. Wait, no, that is not. All right. Wait, what is my next slide? Okay. But anyway, I meant to say that yes, feel free to go back, and if you have more to say about a particular prompt, it is there for you. This is your journal. This is your place to dump out all of your stuff in your head. So whatever, we don't know. My last journaling prompt, which I'm not going to give us, speaking of non-specific times, I'm just going to let you kind of marinate on this on your own time, which is, what do you want? What do you want in your life? What ideas do you want to execute? What do you want? What do you want for dinner tonight? What do you want your life to look like this time next year? What do you want? What do you want? So I will leave you with that. That's just something to ponder. All right, we are getting close to there. Yes, as I just said, revisit the prompts later. All right. And if you are watching this as a replay, that means it is probably August 13th ish, thereabouts, or later. Uh, anyway, leave me a comment and let me know what idea you are choosing to focus on this month. I think that's really powerful, just to give you that accountability, and you're putting it out there in the universe. So that means you have to do it, right? So yes, I think that would be a good idea, and I would love to hear what you have come up with. All right. If you're watching this and you got any joy or satisfaction or ideas or insights or whatever from this YouTube channel is my baby. This is my way of hopefully helping people journal more, and I want to continue doing it. So I would love any sort of support that you have to offer, whether it's monetary. If it is, then I have some different ways you can donate here. You can do Venmo, you can do PayPal. This QR code is for a website called Buy Me a Coffee. So if you'd like to do that instead, that's wonderful, and I would appreciate every single penny that you feel like donating. All right, or if you don't want to do that, that's okay. Another way to show support is simply to like this video. Down below there is a thumb up. Just tap on that, and that is showing that you like this video. You would like to see more content like this. And also subscribe if you would like to follow my channel and find out when, or be notified rather, when the next video is coming to YouTube. So yes, it's just a great way to show that you like what I'm doing. All right. Okay. Well, yes. All right. Well, that is it. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that, and I'm going to. Oh, the streaming software. Yes, I'm going to bid you adieu. I just want you to know that I am here for you. I think you probably have some just very wonderful ideas in your brain, and you just needed to get them down on paper and shift them and move them around and think about them and let them kind of sit in your mind and marinate. And that is what it's all about. So I hope this was helpful. and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you keep journaling, and I hope you join me this coming Sunday as well. We do a Sunday live stream where I set up my bullet journal weekly spread, and that'll give you a little bit more time as well to journal and be amongst other people who like to journal. So, all right, I'm gonna just wish you a wonderful week again and give you a wave. Bye. Bye. Thank you for joining me today. Take care.